Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Neal and Neil podcast. As always, I am Neil, and with me is the lovely Neil.
How's it going?
Hey, buddy.
How's it going, man?
It's going, man.
Nice, nice.
So,
What's up?
I saw something amazing this week.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, I know I look good,
No,
but I mean, you don't have to call me amazing.
No. See you all the time, and it's a blessing every time. And no, have you ever heard of an athlete? He's a Paralympian?
Yes.
Yeah, Paralympics is the thing.
Yes.
Okay, Paralympian.
Okay.
His name is Gabriel Araujo, I think. I might be butchering it.
Okay.
But have you ever heard of him before?
No idea what you're talking about.
So, to give you perspective
Okay.
of what he has to deal with on a regular. He has no arms.
Okay.
He's got, I'd say, little nubbies on his arms, and one leg. Both of his legs, it's like they only grew from the knee down, so he just has.
He's like
real short,
like Cotton Hill type stuff. I'm trying to get a picture in my head, and I just picture.
I'm trying not to laugh
like
because I'm not laughing
a
at him.
Cotton Hill talking about killing Nazis.
Yeah, it is. He has a Cotton Hill.
Okay,
but on one foot, one foot is flat on the ground. The other foot is like turned and like this. So it's on its side, and
so he's got like a bow leg.
No, it's a foot.
It's just turned over.
The foot's yeah.
Kind of like did you watch The Penguin?
Not yet. I haven't seen the Penguin.
So the Penguin, he's got an issue with his foot because his foot's all screwed up and it looks like it's like halfway turned over almost.
That's what it is. So he kind of walks on it sideways,
kind of like a club foot almost,
little
but
bit,
not
little
quite.
bit. We're just for the fans. It's just he's got some difficulties.
Okay.
We'll say, no arms, cotton heel legs.
Okay.
Guess what sport he is?
Oh, tell me he's a sprinter. Please tell me he's a sprinter.
No, he's not a sprinter.
Long jump?
No.
I'm just, don't get that me keep pole vault?
No.
High jump?
No. He's a swimmer.
Huh.
He's a swimmer. And
okay.
Guess what he won the gold medal at the Paralympics this year?
I don't know, was it like it couldn't have been the freestyle.
The backstroke.
But he can't
He can't backstroke.
He can back kick.
Kind of, yeah. But so I know you're in the Olympics. What's a good, I think, was it the 100-meter backstroke? It's where they go one and back.
Yeah, it's 50 meters all the way down, and down and back is 100 meters.
He did it.
Wait, how's he doing first of all, how's he doing the turn? Because when they do that,
Neil.
they touch, they flip, and they push off.
Neil.
Does he just ram his head into the wall and then flip over?
Let me tell you, I had so many questions when I started watching the video. If you look him up, you're going to find it. It has like 7 million views of it. He won gold. He won it with no arms and cotton heel legs. Yes. So This is an amazing video because, first of all, you know how they like hold on and then jump off to start doing the backstroke?
He can't. Was he grab it with his teeth or some shit?
Yes. Yes, dude. He doesn't grab the pool. He grabs he grabs a towel. And then when it goes, he bites the towel and then he jumps back and he starts like it's all core.
Kick.
It's all core.
His core better be fucking strong.
Dude, he murdered the comp. Well, okay, he didn't murder the comp.
Murdered Nazis.
So when I'm thinking the same thing because he's going and I'm like, he has no arm to touch the pool to turn around. So I don't know if somebody's like, "Hey, you're getting close. Hey, you're getting close. Hey, you're
Somebody's
getting
got
close."
to hit a signal or something to let him
But
go. Or oh, you know what? I bet he's looking at the ceiling, and I bet he's like, all right, when I get directly under this spot, I know I'm close.
he
or
had
something.
to do something, man, because he gets up to it and he bings his head off the back and then like pushes
Sorry.
himself.
This is supposed to be funny.
It's not.
Just-
This is Neil Ewing, Ewing, Neil Neal, no problem, Ewing.
I'm sure he's incredible, but he's just going to boom. Oh shit! I got to flip
It
over.
wasn't that bad. It wasn't that. But
just-
like
that's
he
just
definitely he ran up to it and then he like pushes his head around and he starts going back the other way before anybody else is even there. And I'm like, but the thing about it is when it was over and he won, everybody was just so happy for him, and even the people swimming, and that got me thinking about the obesity problem in America. Okay, so I was at the store, and there was a lady in the parking lot, and we'll just say when she got into the car, this woman was so big that she had to grab the side of her pant leg to pull the leg to get it into the car.
Oh,
Yeah. So
see, I thought you were gonna say she got in the leg because I can always tell when somebody, because you've seen some larger people with the smaller cars, and then they get in and the shocks you just see the car just kind of shift to one side when they. That's what I thought you were gonna say.
No, if I was guessing, she was probably about $4.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
Driving a Chevy Nova.
if anybody ever needs motivation to say, well, I can't do that, and I Gabriel Araujo.
Oh, man. See,
Look
now
him up.
I'm gonna end up in a fucking YouTube wormhole, and I'm just gonna be looking up these. I got to go to the comment sections of these videos too.
Those are going to be bad.
Now I'm picturing his speech. He gets up there. He's like, "I like to thank my wife and Hank's wife, who didn't help me do nothing.
Well,
I got all my motivation and my strength from killing Nazis in WW2."
He's from Brazil, so I don't think he's.
He definitely wasn't. So okay, related to Nazis. I'm kidding.
Again, that's Neil, no problem, Ewing.
But that means they fled to South America.
Yeah.
So, he could have a Nazi.
I'm trying to turn a motivational thing into why people need to go out and get healthy because you have no excuse. Because Gabriel, he ain't got no arms.
I'm just Neil.
Okay. And you're talking about Nazis.
Neil,
what?
you fail to you always forget my superpower.
Everything turns into Nazi?
Dude, I can ruin a moment. I ask Sandy how many times she has been trying to do something special and sexy, and I just fuck it all. This is what I do, Neil. I will ruin a moment. If you're trying to give me a feel good story, I can turn it terrible.
All I'm trying to say, people, is listen. You've got no excuses. We need to get out there. We need to be better. We need to be healthier.
This is true.
Because I don't know what an Olympian does in the backstroke, but he did it in 1:53.
Shit.
I'm not doing.
I'm not doing it. Oh, he'll beat me.
2:53.
Yeah, that is all to say. He would whoop my ass in this race because I'm not doing it that fast either. Like, I got 2 arms and 2 legs, and he's whooping my ass.
Well, you're black though.
Hey, I can swim though. I can swim. I've been. Hey, it was surprising enough. I talked to my mom about this a while back, and she was like, she made it a point. She's like, "You're not gonna be that black kid that don't know how to swim." Dude, she had me doing like swim lessons at like 3-4 years old, like getting me like putting me in the pool and shit.
That was never like where we grew up, man. Everybody swam. Everybody was in some kind of pond or hole or pool or something. I was like, what do you mean black people can't swim?
Man, let me ask you this. I saw something about this. I can't remember where I came across. I think it might have been some comedian that was talking about this. And I was like, oh, shit, I remember doing this as a kid. So I'm assuming, do you know anybody had a pool? Now, let me ask you, above ground or in ground?
I've had both. I mean,
Okay.
I've known people with both, but
But
like,
you know the big circular above ground pool.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
the rich
The
white
Walmart,
trash
the
pool.
Walmart special.
Yes.
The
The
yeah.
white trash special pool. All right.
Usually at the double wide, the guy that had the double wide had the, you know, that whatever 6 foot wide above ground pool.
Absolutely. So you get you and a couple of friends in there, and I was like, oh shit, I remember doing this. And all of y'all get on the outside edge of the pool, and y'all start running
Oh
in
yeah,
circles.
and you make a fucking like
a little vortex,
whirlpool.
a
Yeah.
whirlpool at the end. And as you go and you get a good whirlpool going, and then you pick your feet up and you all just start
Yep.
spinning around like a
Yep.
fucking washing machine.
Did you ever do the truck pull?
I'm not sure. Tell me.
It's where you put tarp in a truck bed, and then you just fill it up with water.
Oh no, I never did the truck pool. No, but I did do. I remember being real little doing like you know, the 50-gallon trash can pool.
Nah, I
Like
never.
just like, you know, you're like, you know, real little and you're just kind of bobbing
Yeah,
around.
yeah.
I've done that.
Oh man, I've done the like just fill it up and then sit in the back of a truck bed and just
You got a portable pool now.
yeah.
You pull up somebody's house, beer in hand, in the pool. Just got to make sure you don't stop too fast because then it goes fucking
Oh
flying.
yeah, you didn't dry it. Like any momentum of it doing this and water was going everywhere.
Oh man. I mean, I did do the rip up a bunch of trash bags, lay them out, spray them with dish soap and a hose, and then you got yourself
Slip and slide?
little country slip and
Yeah.
slide. Did plenty of that.
Speaking of dish soap and trash bags, you keep sending me videos of that fucking nasty motherfucker with the piss.
I've found clips of his like here and there. Like
All
and
that
it was
noise
always
you
on
guys
other-
hearing banging around, that's Neil getting excited about stuff when I bring it up.
Yes.
That is him. Is him.
Oh yes. Yeah, I can't help it,
I
man.
know.
Like, so I would find clips of his at random Instagram accounts, and then I finally found like his actual account, and his name is Mr. Piss Air.
Piss air?
Yes, Mr. Piss Air is his that's his Instagram and TikTok name, and this dude is wild. He needs so much help.
If you've never seen Mr. Piss Air's videos, it involves piss.
Lots. He is a piss master and connoisseur. Self-proclaimed piss master and connoisseur.
You sent me that damn one. He was making
Was it the
piss
piss bomb or
eggs.
the
No,
piss
it was piss eggs. Or maybe I just came
or was it
across
the piss
that
pockets?
because no, this
Because
was
he did one with the hot pocket.
so I must have come across it because you keep fucking up my algorithm with the shit that you keep sending me. But he was like, this is how you make piss eggs, and he's got a pot on a hot plate, and it's hot. It gets up, and he drops the egg in there, and it's frying the fuck out of it. There's no oil, no nothing in it, and then he just pours in a cup of piss. And the sound, and I can
Boiling
imagine the
piss.
smell of what that fucking smelled like. This guy throws jugs of piss in his apartment and calls them piss bombs. That's your boy.
Well, what's wild enough, there's another big Instagram channel. They went to this man's house. And so, cut to this dude is sitting there, shirt off, in jeans, barefoot. I mean, he's barefoot walking.
Yeah, he's
on.
always barefoot in the
Yes.
video, and the toenails look just. And you would think, like, we haven't said, but like this sounds white, right? It's not.
It does. It really
It
does.
sounds like such a white thing to do.
It really does.
And this is coming from a white man. Like if you were like, hey, there's this guy on YouTube that likes to throw piss around in his apartment, I'd be like, what white dude from Florida is this? And it's not. It's like
Just a nasty black dude.
he's probably that town where he was like the one black dude in town.
Yeah. But man, they go to this man's house. He's in there, like I said, shirt off,
Is
jeans.
it a house? Is it a house or an apartment? Because it looked like
It's a house.
It's a house. Okay,
It's an
good.
actual house.
Because there's no way I would have murdered somebody by now if I'd. Could you imagine just Like you and Sandy had,
like,
yeah.
But see, like the roaches, the amount of roaches he's got there. Because then, if it's an apartment, the roaches are going to get into your apartment because he's so nasty. But
At this time, roaches, I think, are the least of my concerns because if piss starts dripping down from the ceiling,
the smell,
because he's throwing gallons of piss in the place.
Two things. So the guy who went there, he's in like. Have you ever watched the show Hoarders?
When they're in those hazmat suits?
That's what this dude was wearing. And,
I wonder why.
And this dude's just walking around showing him his place or whatever. And he's like, oh, yeah, here's my hot plate where I cook my meals. Here's some rice. Dude, just open thing of old rice. And he just like grabs a handful, eats a little bit. You're like, and he's like, and he's just walking around. I was like, I can only imagine the smell that's in there. My second thing is like, the man has to keep himself well hydrated for him to deal with this much piss. Because how do you have multiple gallon-sized jugs and multiple water bottles filled with just piss to be laying around, to be thrown around your place like that?
But we don't. It's
unless every time he's in the bathroom, it's just like, nope, never in the toilet.
Yeah. Do you think you really think that that's not what he's doing, Neil? Do you really think that this man uses a toilet? For his piss? Absolutely not.
You're right.
That's bottle service, baby. Okay? You know what? Why do I need to get up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night? I can piss in the jug, and then 2 hours later when I wake up and I'm thirsty, I have something to drink.
Ooh, recycle, baby.
Fuck, man.
Dude in his bed.
Oh, man. No.
His bed was so bad.
No. That's so bad. Did we talk about Glock dookies before?
No, I heard about that. I think I watched. I think was it what's the rapper's name? Oh shit, what is his name?
You're asking the wrong Neil on the show about.
Fuck. Because he has a podcast with like YMH, Danny Brown.
Oh, you're talking about Danny Brown?
Danny Brown. I was heard it, and Danny Brown was talking about Glock
That's
dookies.
where I heard about it. It was on YMH. Speaking of which, Danny Brown. Shouting out Metaphor Refantazio on the podcast, I was like, hell yeah, it's a game.
Okay,
it just came out, and it was like not something I was expecting him to drop to say, which was funny because Tom, he was like, well, what were you doing? And he was like, oh, it was about the election.
Okay.
And he was like, I was playing Metaphor Refantazio, and then Tom starts laughing. I'm like, he doesn't know.
He's like, what is this? What is this weird words you just put together?
Yeah, but. Shout out, it was a great fucking game.
Okay.
But Glock Dookie, okay,
Yes.
I immediately was like, oh, I know exactly how to, I know how to make the perfect Glock Dookie. You got to have a 2-liter. So a Glock Dookie, for you that don't know what that is prisoners are apparently taking bottles and they're filling it with shit, semen, piss, whatever you can get, bodily fluids, and then they are launching it at people and having Glock Dookie fights. That's what a Glock Dookie is.
I see when I heard about this, I was like, if I'm in prison and somebody hits me with the Glock Duke, I'm in here for life now because I have to murder you.
Because if I was in here for 6 years,
I have to kill you now.
Yeah.
Like, because now I have to get a life sentence. Because I can't let this stand.
No.
I cannot. Like, you have to go at this point.
But
like, no.
I thought of the best. This is how I do it. You got to get a 2-liter if they can get them. I've seen them in videos. I'm sure they can get them. So you fill it up about halfway, right? And then with the lid on, so you turn it upside down and you shake all the shit down to the front. Okay.
Okay.
Right?
Neil, you've put, like, you talk about me putting too much thought into weird shit.
Oh, I know.
Continue,
immediately.
Neil.
I was
Continue,
like,
Neil.
So then I'm going to tip it on the ground, like with the shit and everything at the front of it, and I'm going to undo that cap, right?
Just till it's almost off.
Just almost there. So the back end should have air, and you just and step on it. And just spray it out. Now you got a well, you got that would be like that'd be like a Claymore dookie.
Shotgun dookie,
or like shotgun Claymore dookie.
Ooh, Claymore dookie. I like that because you step on it and it blows
you know
up.
There's gonna be chunks in it.
Oh man. All this talk about piss and stuff too
got me hungry.
Got me very thirsty. But no, well, it's crazy because I teach kids and stuff like that.
You teach kids how to make Glock dookies.
Yep, that's class. You got to pay extra for it. But I was teaching a few weeks ago, and one of the kids, I have them playing games and stuff before class. We get class started. He's just like, "Hey, Coach Neal, I used the bathroom on myself." And I was like, oh no. And I look at him and I was like, "What?" And he's like, I just used the bathroom. I was like, "Oh, okay, Coach." And I look down and he's just standing. He's just going.
He peed himself or peeing himself?
Going. Just still peeing. A lot more piss than I thought a kid that size would have, to be honest. And I'm just like, shit. So now there's piss in the middle of the mat. And I've got to like shift all these kids around. And as he's walking off the mat, he's just leaving little piss puddle footprints all off the mat. And I was like, God. But
go ahead, because I know how I'd have handled that.
well, I got it cleaned up, got class, squared away, all that kind of stuff. But what it got me thinking about is that there are about maybe 3 phases of most people's life when they piss themselves. Because you think about it, like every time, you're a little kid, little kids all the time piss themselves all the time. And then there's another phase when you're very old. You get incontinent, you start losing, bladder control when you're like really old and older and stuff like that.
Not me.
I mean, they make Depends for a reason, right?
Yeah.
But everybody forgets about the second phase. I mean, the third, there's one at the beginning, one at the end. You piss yourself.
There's a middle phase?
There's a middle phase where people piss their pants. Not everybody thinks about this. All right.
Okay.
You knew the guy in your 20s that would get drunk all the time and then turn around and piss the bed or piss himself. Every person, either they were that person or knew that guy. And it goes from about 19 to about 26. There's that guy who always gets way too drunk and pisses himself.
See, as soon as you said that, I knew.
See?
And I met the guy, but the thing is I met the guy like 3 times, and I don't even know what his real name is. Everybody called him Fizzle. Okay, and Fizzle would come in, and it was, how fast can I get fucked up? Like, it wasn't like, it ramped up. It was chug, 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 chug. He's hammered. And yeah, there was at least 2 or 3 times where we look over and his kind of stone-washed denim was really dark in the front of his pants. Mm-hmm. But then again, the dude also ate dog biscuits and
he was that. See, I knew a couple guys in college. I knew a few guys after college, but there's always that, like I said, 19 to 26. So there's like 0 to about 6 or 7. Most kids, after that, after 7, if there's usually like a medical issue or something like that. Then there's, getting up into your upper 60s and later.
Well, how old was the kid in your class that you were teaching?
Oh, he was like 7.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was a little kid.
Because I'd have been like,
yeah. If it had been some 12-year-old, I was like, dude, what's bro, you're too old. What's happening
this ain't school,
here?
man. Go to the bathroom. Shit.
But you see, 0 to 7, then 60 and older, and then there's that middle about 19. Because I say 19 because that's
19.
When,
you were pissing yourself at 19.
No,
Neil.
I say here's why I say 19. Because that's when a lot of kids, you get into college and you start doing a lot more drinking. This pissing yourself always occurs with alcohol. So 19 to about 26, when you're in those hard party drinking years, that's when you get too fucked up.
Yeah, I guess
and you piss yourself.
I guess I got lucky because I was that guy that was drinking way too much before he was 21. Mm-hmm. But I would always wake up in the middle of the night still drunk, but have to go to the bathroom and pee for like 4 minutes.
That's because you weren't drunk enough, Neil. If you get drunk enough, you sleep through it and you have the piss dream. And then you wake up and you're like, oh, shit.
Well, I'm not a quitter, okay?
But yeah, that's one thing it got me thinking. Like, everybody forgets there's 3 phases. 3 phases of pissing yourself. All right? But
well, I'll tell you what. That kid that came up to this Neil, and I'd have been like, look, dude, this is not what I'm here to do. I am here to train you. So you need to call whichever fucking parent and tell them to bring some Lysol wipes.
He was right there.
Oh, the
parent was right there. I mean, here's the thing. The parent was right there. They got him out of there, got him cleaned up and stuff like that. But then it's like, now I got to give it to the other kids that were in class, because had this been like our you know, and this has been our generation back when we were growing
We've
up.
been laughing him out of the room.
Dude, some kid pissed himself in the middle of class. Bro.
Before internet, it would have already been the topic at school the next Monday or whatever day that it was.
Man. Like, so I was like, I got to give it to the rest of the kids in class because they were very like, nobody said a word, nobody mentioned it, nobody said anything. When and actually was crazy enough, he got him. He happened to have like an extra pair of pants, so he got him all cleaned up, got him washed off. He couldn't come back to class.
I'd have been heading it. Hey, Dad, here's a fucking Swiffer mop. Do a good job.
But yet
clean this
nobody
shit
messed with him. Nobody has said a word to him about it. I was like, that is the one thing I will give this new generation. As much shit as I talk about this new generation, they seem to be nicer to each other for the most part than we were.
Bunch of pussies is what they are. Bunch of pussies. I'm kidding. I think it's bullying has, you know, that's what they were trying to work on, but then we always kind of go over where it's like now nobody can say anything about anything anymore.
We do. Everybody, there's always an overcorrection. There's always an overcorrection.
I've been like, and he pees his pants. Like, what? How did we not talk about this? He pissed. He got kicked in the gut and pissed his pants. That's what happened.
Didn't even get pissed. We were literally playing freeze tag. He stops. We start like we literally stop the game. We get lined up, and then all of a sudden, hey coach,
that was your fault. It's because you were like, oh, we got to play freeze tag. I can't move, even though I got to pee. Coach Neal is gonna yell at me if I move.
Now I have seen guys shit themselves on the mat.
I've seen that, but then I understand that. Like some of those scissor, like when you're stretching somebody's core out and it's like you're just squeezing all the right spots, and it's like that happens in pro wrestling too, where somebody will take a bump and they just, you know.
Oh, who was that got shat? So there's a Bam Bam Bigelow.
It was Andre the Giant.
Who did Andre the Giant shat on somebody?
He was sitting on somebody's stomach and diarrhea was just coming out. Yeah,
on his chest.
And like, what do you do?
What's Andre the Giant? What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Fight him?
I was like, you don't. How do you get up? You're not gonna get up from that. You're just gonna sit there and take it. Speaking of diarrhea, people are going back to Applebee's and TGIFs now.
Yes.
So apparently, like, fast food chains are getting so expensive now, like freaking Taco Bell and your $5 burrito supreme.
Yes.
And that you can go to Chili's.
Yeah.
And sit down in a restaurant and get the same amount of food for the same price.
I could go to Wendy's and get, like, I don't know, let's say get a number 2. I think 2 is the double, I'm guessing, but I think 2 is the double. So like if I get a combo meal, number 2, 2 patties, fries, a drink, that's gonna cost me like $13 to $15. What the fuck? Then I can turn around, I can go to Applebee's, I can go to Chili's. Hell, I can order them to go. And I can get fries, a burger, and a drink for $10 goddamn dollars.
About the same, yeah.
For less.
I was at Jack in the Box. I got that smashed Jack that they fucked up because I wanted the sourdough. It's good, but I'm like, it was a burger, curly fries, and a drink, and then I got a three count stuffed jalapeno. It was like $19.
Oh my god! See, fast food chains are going the way they're turning into what cable companies were for the longest time. Because you remember back when it's like, why the fuck am I paying all this money for all this shit, and I only watch a few of these channels, and this is bullshit. Yeah. So now I'm going to turn around and go to streaming services. That's what.
Streaming services, you get 10 of them, and you're like, I might as well just go back to YouTube TV or whatever. This is true,
but I'm talking about back before they fucked themselves over. Because now it's like, all right, I'm gonna go to this fast food place. It's supposed to be quick. It's not half the time, and then the other half they're fucking your order up, and I'm overpaying for all this shit. So why not just fucking? I'll just hop online, call Chili's or get online, order it to go, show up, get it. It's just as good, and it's fucking way cheaper.
Somebody explain that to me. How? Because what is it? The Texas
It's because
basic.
we have to pay these goddamn workers, and that's what you get.
But that's what that's what I was going to bring up is what do they call it? Minimum wage hasn't gone up. I think in Texas since 2008.
What is minimum wage now?
720, 725.
That's it. I thought like when it said it gone up, I was like, oh, did it go up to like $8 at one point?
Let me
Because I
see.
was like, holy shit! Because I remember it being
Texas-
seven something when I thought it was 7 something when I was in high school.
As of August of 2024, the minimum wage in Texas is $7.25 an hour.
7.25. What was it? Oh, it was 6. It's probably gone up $1 since I've been in high school.
It was because when I was in high school, or when we were in high school, my first job, I think my first job was $6.10 an hour.
Yeah, I remember when I finally got up to 7.25. I was like, all right, I'm making some money
Yeah,
now.
it went up to $7.20 in 2018 or $7.25.
No, I remember. No, I remember getting a raise at one point up to like
getting up
$7.25, and
a
I was
raise to
like,
that.
"Oh, I'm fucking doing great now."
I just made my paycheck was $350.
There we go. Fucking gas and video games. That's all my fucking checks went to.
Gas, insurance, and video games. Yep.
That's all.
Because that was when gas was starting to be $2-something a gallon. Like right before we got our license, I remember gas being $1.
I remember $20 would fill my fucking tank.
Yep.
I do remember this. I remember like, all right, I'm feeling a little rich today. I'm gonna put $20 in my
If
fucking
you had a
tank.
10, you 10 on 5.
Back when $5 was actually gas money.
5 or even a 10. A 10's gonna get me 3 gallons, and like I have a 26-gallon tank.
Damn, Neil.
Yeah, I go. "Vroom." All right, I wasted that fucking gas.
It costs you $10 to rev the engine.
Sometimes I'm like, man, it's just not even worth me going to work today. I got
See, all right. Well, then I don't know. So do we welcome these fast food chains to do they just bring in the robots now and just go full like all we hire is cooks and that's it to like because it makes no sense why I can go to some of these other places a sit down restaurant and eat cheaper. Because you can't tell me
I'd
the
have
rent's
to-
more or you're paying more because you have more staff and you have more more inventory that you got to get because it's a fucking restaurant. So I don't understand how it's costing so much more.
I
to
don't
go to
think
these
it
places.
is. That's the thing is I think we would need to go pull their financials from like the last couple years to say like 5 years ago
Mm-hmm.
and see what their like GP looks like and
Oh, I can tell you it's going up.
it's gotta be.
Every corporation's like talking about, oh, we've had record profits this year,
Well,
and then
no
turn around and talk
shit.
about how they can't pay any. It's always funny though how you see, oh, we have these companies in their earnings calls will talk about how their profits are up and they're up year over year and all this stuff. But then when it comes to all their workers, they're like, hey, we don't have the money to pay you guys, but we have all this money that we made, but we just can't give it to you.
That what?
So
How does that make sense?
So actually, that puts me into takes me to this other topic about that United CEO. They got shot.
United Healthcare.
Yeah, United Healthcare. She's dude, in the middle of the fucking street.
Did you hear? So this is. I'm glad you brought this up because I forgot about this. This is like what I got random thoughts from time to time. This is what I was worried it was gonna. I hope this doesn't become a thing of like people are getting fed up.
Yeah.
And to this extreme point of assassinating somebody in the middle of the day, and supposedly, I don't know if this is true because it's the internet, but apparently that CEO had used an AI to send out notifications to deny people's claims.
Well,
So
that's
they
what
were
they-
using an AI to.
I mean, I'm not shocked. It wouldn't shock me if it was true. But I mean, that tells me like how much do you have to be hated as an industry or as a company for somebody to just walk up and murder you in the middle of the day and nobody cares, and kind of celebrates.
Because
Like that's how shitty of a job or of that you're doing with all these people. Like you're doing such a shitty job that people are celebrating you being murdered.
I can see it.
I mean,
Because I'm not saying that they murdered somebody, the pharmaceutical company, but how many times has this situation probably happened where somebody was denied a medication or whatever, or couldn't afford a medication that could have saved somebody's life?
oh yeah.
And this dude, I don't know if he was one of these guys where it's like, yeah, my mom or my aunt or whatever
I'm sure.
would have lived had she gotten this, and you guys denied her or wanted to charge her $900 for a medication that costs 26 cents to make.
Yep. Oh well, it's
'Cause
one of
you're
those things too
greedy
where
fox.
your doctor, this is a really common thing where the doctor will be like, hey, we need to do this test because your numbers are looking like X, Y, and Z. And the insurance comes back and is like, hey, we're not going to cover that because we don't feel like it's medically necessary. It's like, the doctor just said it's medically necessary.
Yeah.
What do you mean it's not medically necessary? And so, like, the amount of claims that they just deny on that. So what would be, I don't know, cost you to be like a $20 test, the insurance company would be like, yeah, we're not going to do that because we have determined that the doctor is fucking wrong and you don't need to have it. And so we're not going to cover it. So that $20 test, if you want it, you can do it. It's just going to cost you $500 now.
That something like that kind of happened to me with my my rotator cuff. Is I made sure my doctor was in network, everything like that was in network. Then I got a $2,200 bill for the anesthesia, and I was like,
was he not in your network?
The anesthesiologist was not in my network.
Yep, and they won't tell you who it is until the day of. And then
Now,
you're like, well, what the fuck? I don't have a choice. And you don't have a choice either.
Well, I didn't know. There was no communication of, hey, this guy's not in network. It's going to cost you blank. It was, hey, I woke up. Here's the bill. And I'm like, what the hell? I talked to my doctor. He got it straightened out, but I was like, this is bullshit.
But see, how long did it take you to get straight out? You had to call him. He had to call the insurance. It was a lot.
It wasn't. Luckily for me, it wasn't that bad. I called him and said, hey, here's the thing. What's up? And yeah, so.
I guess my thing, though, how do you find an impartial jury if they do catch this dude? Because they catch this dude and they're doing fucking jury selection. It's such a big thing. Nobody gives a shit that he murders this guy. And now you have to find 12 people who haven't been fucked over by an insurance company before in order to make sure that they find this dude guilty. Like, because they could have all the evidence in the world, and then you find a jury, and everybody's there like, yeah, we don't give a shit, and still let this dude go.
I don't think you can, though. I mean, because letter of the law.
No. Oh, dude. Jury nullification. It does not fucking matter. Dude, okay. So, jury... I'm going to tell you right now.
Okay, go ahead.
Jury nullification is basically like, even though the dude is guilty, the jury can just decide like, yeah, we don't want to punish this dude for it.
Okay, so
and then
I have
turn around
seen
and find him not guilty regardless.
They'll find him guilty. I've seen ones where they found people guilty, but they're like, but we don't want to sentence him to any jail time.
So that's when sentencing comes by. But they can just decide against all evidence. So it's like, yeah, we're not going to find you guilty. And there's nothing they can do about it at that point. They've gone through jury selections, they've done all this stuff, and you still need one. And all it takes is one person to say, "Nah, fuck you, fuck those people." It's a hung jury.
But that's a hung jury. I'm saying like, I just don't know how you can be like, well, yeah, here's a video of him. Here's a video of him doing this. Here's him afterwards. We found the gun on him. He even admitted to doing it. Like, I don't know how you can't say.
Yeah, you could still do it because it's still up to the jury to decide. The jury can just say, "Hey, fuck it." Like, hold on, let me pull this up. I will give you jury nullification is a fucking. I remember hearing about this a while back, mainly because I was like, if I ever get selected for jury duty, that's going to be the first thing I bring up, so I'd get dismissed for jury duty. Is that I believe in jury nullification? Yeah, jury nullification is when a jury in a criminal trial returns a not guilty verdict, even though they believe the defendant is guilty. Juries may nullify laws for a variety of reasons, including the law is unjust, the prosecutor misapplied the law, the punishment is too hard, they want to send a message about a social issue, they believe the law shouldn't be applied in this case, and they have prejudices in favor of the defendant.
That's kind of scary. Because I could see it being...
It can go terribly
The other
wrong
way,
too. Yeah.
too.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Because
Absolutely.
like a hypothetical, I could definitely see...
It happened a lot back in the 40s and 50s.
Well, I wonder why.
White guy on trial killing a black person, let's say in rural Mississippi, and they're like,
Yeah.
not guilty.
Yeah, what was it? Yeah. Well, I was thinking like today's standards. Hypothetically, we're out somewhere and a woman, a trans woman, a gay man, whatever, starts picking on Sandy, and I go over there and knock their ass out. It'd be like, well, that was
That's
a hate crime. Yeah. It's like, no, I was defending. No, like by letter of the law, we don't care. You can't touch a woman, or you can't touch.
There's an actual case about that, like a few years ago. So you know me, I listen to a bunch of random fucking podcasts and shit. So there's one I listened to with this lawyer named Mark Garagos. He's been on a bunch of different. He's a famous lawyer. I think he's defended a lot of really crazy. Like he's Chris Brown's lawyer. He's defended like a number of people. But he had a case where these two guys in New York were like out somewhere, and this drunk trans woman came out and started attacking those two guys, and it's on camera. That the trans person starts coming after them or whatever, and they're like, "What the fuck?" And then so they end up fucking the trans person up, and then they get put on trial.
I guess it's like you've always said, if you get into a scrum in public, as soon as they go down, you got to stop.
They didn't beat them like once they went down, but they were like, I think they were like they were trying to. The trans person, I think, was trying to stab him with a bottle or hit him with the bottle or something like that, and they were like, "What the hell?" And they were pushing and kicking him, and I think they ended up like punching him and like knocking him to the ground and stuff like that. And then that person decided like, these people fucked me up, so they wanted to press charges. They were like, "We have you on camera doing all this."
But did they get? Were they sentenced though?
No, they were not. They were not. Yeah, they were
That's
found
what I'm
not
saying.
guilty.
I'm talking about like I
stuff.
could see where it's like no matter by letter. So you like what you're saying is by letter of the law on video, you're in the right. You could still get a guilty verdict.
Yeah, that's true. You can still get it, but you could still get a not guilty. So, but it could have been the other way around. Let's say you're in a super like homophobic area, and you're on camera attacking this fucking trans person and fucking them up. Jury could go the opposite way and be like, "Yeah, we see it, not guilty." And like, I mean, it could like that's the shitty part of jury nullification
Jury of
too.
your peers depends on where you're at.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I saw a video. It was a trans man was pregnant by his trans woman wife. and whoever did the clip that was like, well, that's straight with some extra steps, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I was like, I had to think about it. I was like, so they're both.
The wife got the husband pregnant. That is fucking hilarious. I love it.
It's not hilarious. It's just like you have to process that a little. Like I think, like to me, you're like,
it's crazy because then if you think about it, you tell this kid, like, oh yeah, technically speaking, my dad's my mom and my mom's my dad.
No, I think at that point you're just kind of like, yep, that's my mom, that's my dad, and then you go, you don't have to get like you just go, that's my mom, that's my dad, and then you're like, oh okay, yeah, my dad gave birth to me, and you're like, wait a minute, you could have just
you know that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Twins?
That was
or was it
the one
Junior?
Junior. Yeah. That was a documentary based off of me. That was a biopic based off of my life.
I never watched Junior. I don't.
It's
like,
not a good movie.
Like I didn't think so because I'm like, oh, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger pregnant. Okay.
He's fucking. At one point, he's like looking in the mirror. His nipples are all sensitive and shit.
Men can have babies too.
Yeah, he fucking gives. I think he ended up having to have a C-section. Oh, here she comes. She's making another appearance.
Got another appearance.
What's up, Mike?
Okay.
But I think that was the same. That was around the same period. I think he did Twins and Kindergarten Cop. That was when he was trying to be
See, I
friendly
like
Schwarzenegger.
Twins made sense to movie standpoint. It was like wasn't he like a genetically altered? Like they were genetically.
I thought they were just fraternal twins.
I don't remember. It's been a while.
I thought they were just because I've seen it. Dude, what's crazy enough about my school too is we have 1, 2, 3. I think we've had 4. I think we have had at least 4 sets of fraternal twins at our school.
Damn.
Dude, yeah. Like not identical, fraternal twins. And I think, and I feel like I'm forgetting another set of twins. So possibly 5, but at least 4.
I grew up with 1. Like they were brother sister, but like I know they're still fraternal, but they looked alike. Like they still. It wasn't like one was taller than the other. They were both same size, same height, same everything.
Oh, see, ours it's wild because I think one had like blonde hair, the other had brown hair, completely different. I was like, how are you guys? Okay, I guess. And then the other one's boy, girl's bigger than the boy short, girl's taller.
No, that's not even like. The ones that get me are those identical cousin brothers or cousin sisters, whatever. Like,
what?
You never seen those?
No. What are you talking about?
I don't remember the exact terminology, but they
the identical cousin.
This
is how I know you're from Terrell. You know them cousin brothers that you see all the time?
But
no, I don't see these all the time, Neil.
Not all the time, but here's what happens, okay?
Okay.
A male set of twins and a female set of twins get married.
Okay.
And they both had a kid at the exact same time.
Oh, okay. Now
this
is okay.
So it was a Instagram reel I saw, and so it was these 2 boys who almost were born at the same time. They look just fucking alike. Like identical. So they're explaining it and they're like, yeah, we're cousin brothers. Because technically they both have the same DNA. Mm-hmm. Even though it's from 2 different sets of parents.
Oh, wow.
So they're technically cousin brothers.
Shit.
And they're not Indian.
That sounds so inbred.
It's like, how do you... So wait,
you're not Indian. It just got me.
Because they use cousin brothers when they translate English. That's my cousin brother. So you know that it's a male cousin. But no, this is a fucking cousin brother. Like...
Oh, man.
That would be weird because it's like you're twin, but you live separately.
Yes.
So I don't know. That's too much.
Yeah, that's weird. See, Neil, you talk about me bringing up weird stuff.
Yeah, but mine is like, it makes you think.
Yours is fun weird. Mine is creepy weird.
Yours is nasty weird sometimes. Mr. Piss Bucket.
Oh, yeah.
Pisses Whisper. Whatever you said.
Piss Whisperer.
Piss Whisperer. What did you say his name was?
Mr. Piss Air.
Piss Air. Okay.
Yes. Oh, Whisper, yeah. Because, man, crazy because he had a box fan and he was like misting the fucking piss on the other. And it was just like, this is how you make piss air. And he's just like, Like, that house has to be condemned at some point. It's got to get condemned.
There's no way that house sells.
Dude.
No fucking...
No, you just tear it down.
How would you can't get that smell out. There's no way at this point.
Just burn it. Just burn that fucking
And then that
thing.
would smell.
Ugh. Oh, burning piss. Good God.
Well, so we had talked about bad Christmas movies. Hey, Mai. Hi.
Hey, what's up, girl?
We talked about bad Christmas movies, and then it got me into thinking. I don't know how I got into this, but It's just new bad movies that are coming out in general. I'm not talking about box office movies. I'm talking about like straight to Prime, straight to this, straight to whatever.
Okay.
I saw a trailer, and I have to watch this movie because it looked that bad. It was called Angels Fallen, Warriors of Peace. Okay. So I'll pull up the...
Angels Fallen, Warriors of
It came out
Peace.
this year. And so it's called By a Higher Power, an Iraq
I was about
war.
to say, it sounds like a terrible Christian movie.
I mean, well, I'll say it's an Iraq war veteran embarks on a mission to stop a fallen god from raising an army of the dead to take over the world. Now, the thing is that Denise Richards, Cuba Gooding Jr.,
What?
and Randy Couture are in this movie as well. And the main dude, I don't know, his name's Gabriel. Don't know him. He looks like a no-name actor.
I guess, you know what? When you just need the check,
All right, come here.
it like, you know, you always wonder like how some of these A-list actors and really good actors end up in some of the shitty movies that they end up.
That's
And you're just like, you know what? And I got to think about it. Sometimes you just take a job because you just need a quick check. You don't give a shit about the job. You know it's going to be terrible. It's like, I don't care. They're paying, so I'll show up.
Well, we've got to watch it.
I'm down for
the
it.
trailer is like Cuba's. Is it Cuba or Cuba? Because his name's Cuba, but it's Cuba Gooding Jr., right?
I don't know. I call him the country, so I call him Cuba.
That's what I'm saying. For
Black-
him to be
I'm
in
trying to
all
say
the stuff.
black people call him Cuba. So
Cuba.
it might be
Cuba
Cuba.
Gooding.
It might be Cuba, but black people call him Cuba.
Cuba.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know why he's done it because it looks that bad. He's sitting
Actually,
in
what was
this
the last
man's
movie he was in anyway?
that was good.
Just in general, I don't remember the last movie he was in.
I couldn't tell you. The last big thing I remember him doing was that O.J. Simpson series
Yeah.
where he was
Oh yeah, he was really good at that.
he was good in that. And that's what I'm saying. This looks like Sharknado territory bad.
Okay, no, hold on for a second. Sharknado was good bad.
That's what I'm saying.
What you described to me does not sound like good bad. It just sounds bad.
But it looks good bad. Like it looks
Really?
that bad to where I'm like I might probably laugh my whole way through this movie.
Okay, all right. I'm down for this then.
All right, so
I'm down for this.
We'll watch it and give a review. And I think if we like this, we'll bring it back. We'll find more shitty movies to watch. That way you don't have to. Or we might find a shitty movie and be like, go watch it. It's that bad. Like The Room.
Oh yeah,
Wasn't it The Room?
yeah. The Room was terrible.
Never watched it, but I saw enough of it to get it figured out.
Like The Room is so bad good that somebody was it James Franco made a movie about making The Room.
Yeah, it was. What was that called?
I was like,
I
what
haven't
the
watched
shit?
that, but he looked just like the dude from The Room.
Oh man,
I don't remember. Anyway, well,
all right.
she's just scratched the fuck out of me.
Yeah, mine's
and my
looking
leg.
like she is done with us talking, and we need to pay attention to her now. So
Look up here.
she's like, stop, let me sleep, let me lay down here.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks everybody. Please hit that like and subscribe button.
Yep. If you don't hit it,
and
you'll never see Mai again.
my will never be there for you again.
Yes. If you want to see more Mai, hit that like and subscribe button.
My baby.
All right. Night, everybody. Peace.